What is going on, Garage Couple fans? On this very special episode, we are going to be preparing Auleen's Jeep even more so to do overlanding. Now, before we continue, we just want to say a couple of things and introduce the newest member to our Garage Couple family. Who do you have over there, Auleen?
We have our little baby, Ruby. Welcome, Ruby, to the Garage Couple family.
So this is little baby Ruby. She is 8 weeks old. She is half Jack Russell and half Chihuahua. And she's going to be joining us along our adventures. And we are so excited to have her along with us.
Jerry's pretty excited, huh? To have a little baby sister.
If you've been following along, this is Jerry over here. This is our OG Garage Couple member. This is our Mitrid Connier that has been with us for 10 years now. Now behind us, that is our Jeep Rubicon. It's a TJ Wrangler. And this is our Jeep JK Sport. Now, we have announced in our previous episodes when we installed the solar panel on the hood, as well as the refrigerator in the trunk, as well as some of the other mods that we are preparing this thing to overland. Now, in preparation for that, today we have an amazing part from
Aries Technology, you guys.
So why don't you give us a rundown of what is in the box?
So today we are going to be installing the Action Track Ford 65-inch with a little sweet setup that we're going to be showing you guys.
Now this setup opens and drops down, I believe it's 8 or something inches, 14 inches. When you open the door on the vehicle, it also has some nice LED lights to illuminate the steps, so it makes it much easier to get in the Jeep. Now after we put these 37-inch tires on Auleen's Jeep Wrangler, she's had a hard time getting into the Jeep, so these are definitely going to help with that. Now, we're going to go ahead and break down the total install of this video, including the wiring, the actual hardware, bolting on and removing the stock running boards. And we are going to try to do this as quickly as possible using only simple hand tools so that we could get done with it and enjoy the rest of our Saturday.
Sounds like a good idea.
So if you're interested in installing something similar, check out the link in our description. And while you're there, you could check out our Amazon shop with all our favorite Jeep mods, as well as check out some of our Garage Couple merchandise. Full links are in the description, including to Aries running board. So without further ado, let's get it going. This is Jerry, this is Greg, that is Auleen, and that is our Rubicon.
This is our baby Ruby. Let me go put Ruby in bed.
Aw, is that little Ruby?
Yeah, she's getting a little sleepy. I'll put her to sleep and then we'll get started. And Jerry just excited.
Jerry tends to get fluffy when he's excited.
All right.
Why don't you go put Ruby away?
Ruby, say bye. Bye, Garage Couple fans.
All right, and we're down to one remaining fan. Such a pretty bird. So while Auleen is putting Ruby away, I'm going to go ahead and show you what we currently have on our Jeep. These are the original running boards that come with the Wrangler, and we have actually bedlined them to have a more textured appearance. Now, let us go ahead and open these boxes here. Oh, would you look at that? Auleen is back.
I'm putting some shoes on.
Put those shoes on and let's get cracking.
Let's get started on our unboxing. This is my favorite part. Actually, this and the end is my favorite. Take that back. Oh, are we sharing?
We're sharing. So this thing comes with 2 boxes, and it shouldn't take a whole lot of time. It should be relatively straightforward because they actually made a nice wiring harness for us and for all of the kits.
Now it looks like mine is all of the hardware. Looks like we have some brackets, all of our materials over here. It's snowing. For those of you guys that didn't see, we were in Big Bear last weekend and it was raining, snowing like crazy, but we're glad to be back in the sun.
Whoa. Wow, that is the real deal.
It's a 2-hander, huh?
Why don't you go ahead? Why don't we go ahead and pull that out?
Together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It looks like it's packaged really nicely. So the first box over here, these are actually the frame rail tie-in brackets. There's going to be a total of 6 of these, 3 for each side. each of them, they're all individual pieces, so you have to actually use the instructions to see which one belongs where. So why don't we take these out before we pull the running boards out. That's 1, 2,
3,
4,
5,
and that is 6. Now we're hoping that by making this video, it's gonna make it as easy for you as possible at home to get the same job done. Let's go ahead and pull out our side steps.
Wait.
Wow. Take a look at these. Wow. This is amazing. Just look at that. And this is the unit that drops down. We are so excited to bolt it up. Why don't we take out the other one?
Alrighty. Heavy duty steps. And some installation instructions. Alrighty. Straightforward.
So it actually comes with this other box as well. Why don't we go ahead and unbox this one? It looks like this is all the wiring harness and all the wiring. So we're going to go ahead and deal with this when we get to that portion all the way at the very end. But for now, we're going to start with the hardware as well as work on the instructions. Look at that, color instructions, some of our favorites. What do you think? What do you think about you installing it?
We always do it both, right,
Perfect.
guys?
Yes, always do it together.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something cosmetic, that's even the most together. So first thing we're gonna do is remove the stock. This is just a set of simple hand tools here. We have a ratchet as well as a bunch of heads and some extensions. Let's see what size it takes to remove.
What do we forget about, Greg?
And then there's another 2 little bolts on either end, which we also have to remove. Probably gonna use a ratcheting wrench to get those guys out. Let's remove the front one now, and we can continue on and fast forward after we finish the passengers.
So Greg and I are in this debate because he just picked up this palm tree without asking his perfect wife. And I'm not the biggest fan because it has this root that is so invasive and large. It looks like an onion.
I love the onion bulb. It is actually called an elephant's foot palm tree. I mean, what else would you expect? So why don't you guys drop a line below? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Should we get rid of it?
No, we're
Should
not
we donate it?
We're not donating it.
To a tree foundation?
No tree foundation is getting it. The Greg Foundation is keeping it.
Wow, alrighty. And the All-In Foundation?
Why don't we show it from another angle? I mean, come on, give these viewers a better perspective.
There we go. Looks like fireworks on the top. Pretty cute. If you guys Google it, you'll see that the bottom literally grows into something that looks like an onion. And it comes out of the dirt. And just not the business. Not very clean looking. So, not sure. Not sure. Alright. Back here.
So thankfully, it takes a 10mm. This is a ratcheting variety. If you guys don't actually have these, check out the link in the description. I will put my favorite set, and they are very inexpensive, and they make these annoying jobs rather easy. So when doing this portion, I definitely like to start with the front and rear and then work my way down to the center. Just be careful for this thing not to fall on your head. Now that the final bolts are all removed, I removed the 3 larger ones, the 13mm, and then the 6 10mm ones. Time to go ahead and pull the original side step right off. Now keep in mind this has been here for 6+ years, so it might not come off super easily.
Or not.
Or it'll just come right off. Now if you want this set, we have it rhino lined, and if you're looking for one of these, just let us know if you're local. We're happy to have you pick it up totally free of charge. Just drop a line below or email us at garagecouple@gmail.education.
Greg. Wow. Definitely looks odd with nothing here. I'm excited to get my new one put on. It's like a baby without anything.
It does. Now why don't we go ahead and do the same to the other side and then catch you in just a moment.
Let's do it.
Alright, all of the bolts and nuts are all removed. Let's see if this is any different. Comes right off.
Not so different, you and I.
Alright, what's the next step?
Just slap on the other ones and call it a day. That's all it takes. Super easy, you guys. Well, let me pick up what just fell on the floor, that little clinking. Right, Greg?
Right.
Greg, what you organizing over there?
Just getting our nuts and bolts all set up for install. I find that just laying everything out right up front makes the job a lot easier, just so you know exactly what you have. So this is what I'm doing. I am getting all the nuts and bolts ready. Washers, this, that.
Alrighty, let me know when you're ready to explain.
Very next step is to attach these brackets. Now these all have specific ways that they go in. There's 3 different ones. The one for the front, middle, and rear. This is the one for the front, but you can refer to the instructions to see which one it is. We're gonna just go ahead and use some of the screws that are included in the kit, including these 1/4 inch. You're gonna put 2, just as if the original one just came out. And then once you put those, you can use the anti-seize, which actually comes with the kit, to go ahead and put this final bolt in through the bottom. Let's do it. Just using these nylon nuts that are supplied with the kit, 1 on each side.
Just a hint, there may be another reason that I need this side step to get into my Jeep. That is coming real soon. Don't tell Greg I told you.
Oh, getting my M8 bolt here prepared. That is some anti-seize. This is some good stuff that they've included with the kit. Usually we just go for some Vaseline, but this is more professional. Now just make sure you don't snug down any of this more than just like a hand tighten. We'll go ahead and tighten everything at the very, very end. So let us tighten this one down, and it's going to take the 13mm wrench again. Would you look at that?
Who woke up from their nap? Hi, baby.
What's up, little Ruby? Little Rubicon. Alright, I think with that, we should continue the build.
Let's do it.
Finish up the hardware, and then we could worry about the wiring.
Sounds good.
Alright, the very next step, we are going to get these brackets here. These are like the T brackets, and we're going to just slide them down on the setup here on the side rail. Now just to give you a heads up, the Aries logo is actually the front of the vehicle. So we're just going to go ahead and now slide these down. Might require a little bit of pressure, but they should go in. We're going to put a total of 3 of them, 1 for each of the brackets. And the idea is we're going to then go ahead and tighten these down later. Alright, now we can go ahead and go to the vehicle and place this on. Hopefully by then Olin joins me again instead of playing with Ruby. So as you can see on the actual railing pieces that we installed, there are a total of 2 lips. There's this upper lip, and then there's this lower lip for which the T bracket with the 2 M8 bolts go right in. So what you're gonna do first is you're just gonna go ahead and lift up your side step, and you can go ahead now and just rest it on this upper lip like so. After you go ahead and get it rested like this, you can go ahead and align those bolts from the bottom. So that once they're in the holes, it'll go ahead and drop into place. As you saw here, they all aligned. Next is to put the washer and the lock nut. Alrighty, we have ourselves some nuts and bolts as well as some washers. We are gonna go ahead and secure this now using 1 washer and 1 of these locking lock nuts on each one. One bracket on each side. Make sure you go ahead and drop this piece just like so that you could go ahead and mount your LED light later. And if the airplanes are gonna allow me to speak, I would greatly appreciate that. Man, I'm wearing this microphone here, but the battery pack died and we are struggling with our audio. We are so sorry about that, and hopefully by the next video we get the stuff straightened out. Why don't we go ahead and put this LED light in, and then maybe I could have myself an LED light. For an LED light on an LED light.
Now we're just gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. Actually, Greg's already doing it. I just wanted to let you know.
All right, now we're gonna grab these 3 T-pieces, and once again, we're gonna slide them down. 1, 2, and 3. Just like so. And then we get to do the fun task. Oh,
Of sliding them out.
sliding them out. All right, so we will do this more horizontally. Wonder what the coefficient of friction on these bad boys are, huh?
Wow.
Must be approaching 0. Alright. Let's go ahead and rest it on the upper lip. Now that we got it rested on the upper lip, we're gonna go ahead and just align the bolts again. Let's do this.
Now you're gonna put a washer and a nut behind, 6 total, and you're in business again. Don't forget to put the bracket on the back for your LED lights.
Just look at those side steps. What do you think, Colleen? Now all that's left is to wire it up, and then we're gonna go ahead and fully tighten them down. Just take a look at that. I mean, this Jeep has come such a long way since when we got her. Just take a look at these side steps. Gorgeous. What do you think?
They look awesome.
I think so too.
I love it. Looks so sleek. Ugh.
All right, time to make some magic happen and to go and wire. Now the kit comes with this amazing epic wiring harness. I mean, they basically did all of the work so you don't have to, and we're very grateful for that. So we're gonna go ahead and install that now. Go ahead and open that hood.
Okay.
You struggling? As you can see, that is our solar controller module right there. We have the Cascadia 4x4 solar controller.
You got it?
And that is charging our battery as we speak. Time to make room for one more connection. We really need a second battery in here.
Come into a Walmart near you.
All right, next step is to grab the one piece of wiring harness with the fuse. We're gonna go ahead and remove that fuse, put it somewhere safe.
That's not safe.
So just remove that fuse and time to connect it. Red to the positive, black to the bump.
All right.
Sorry, I'm getting a little catty here, guys. We're almost at the end and I'm so excited to see the darn things working. Seriously, such an easy install. But it's tough when you have a 8-week-old little baby dog crying for attention. So we're gonna keep chugging on along. Red to positive, black to negative, and let's go.
And again, you guys, we apologize for this rat's nest. We promise that an episode will come where we do clean this thing up, but that's just not today.
Not today, my friends. Next step, we are going to thread this through into the cabin where Olleen is going to be able to access it with her left leg.
Access.
Just don't forget, later on, you're going to have to come back with zip ties and get this thing taken good care of.
And zipette.
Zip. You're going to have to feed it to you again.
Probably went to grab our fishing tool.
Fishing tool.
Super useful, you guys.
So for those of you that have never used one of these devices, this is our fishing tool right over there. Olleen, go ahead and press it down. As you can see, go ahead, press all and hold. A claw comes out where you just feed these wires in. Go ahead and close all. Go ahead and relax it. Push it to me. Push. All right, we're gonna go ahead and try again. Go ahead. And now you could feed it through the firewall. Go ahead and slowly pull on it all. Oh, disconnected. You guys get the idea. Feed it through. The firewall is right over there. We have a lot of things running into the cab from there, but it ends up coming out just right over here. Here it is. As you can see, the 2 pieces right here. Let's move on to the next step. All right, if you want to go ahead and take a picture of this or pause your screen, feel free to do so now. This is basically the wiring diagram of the entire system. We're gonna start in the back left corner on the passenger side, and what we're gonna do is remove the door sill areas, the trims, they just pop right out. and we're gonna wire it just as you see here. Starting at the passenger, going underneath the carpet across to the driver's side, and then getting both the front and the rear. It's just a bunch of clips and should not take a whole lot long of time. A whole lot long
of time.
Whole lot long. All right.
And it's a diaphragm, Greg.
So as you can see, there is a longer side. This is the driver's side. And there's the shorter side. This is the passenger side. Now this is like the 18-pin connector. So we're gonna start with this one. So why don't we go ahead and come over here. So these wires, the black and red, as well as the pink and tan wires, actually have to go through the floorboard, through that rubber drain plug that all of these Jeep Wranglers have behind the front seats. So these two are gonna go. One is for the LED light, one is for the motor actuator. Then we have another two on the passenger side. One goes to the front for the front door sensor, and the other one stays in the rear for the rear door sensor. Now I'm gonna go ahead and work on removing some of the carpets and the trim now, so I could find that rubber plug and just open a hole through it so I could run my wires. Why don't you guys check in with me in just a second. Just lifting up the carpet, here is the drain plug. Let us go ahead and remove that. We're gonna just put a hole in it and then put our wires through that.
So it's actually wet down there, so we are gonna opt to keep that thing out and just run the wire straight down.
We're gonna just leave this out. The drain plug is there for a reason. Apparently the Jeep got wet in the heavy rains and let us just wire it down.
Someone must have left the windows open.
And maybe someone farted a little bit.
What? Got it.
Got the wires down here. Gonna go ahead and plug one into the actuator motor. These look like some solid waterproof connectors here. We have the other one for the LED light. We will just leave down here for now. Next step is to wire forward. This gray-green one is the front passenger door sensor. So we're gonna wire that under the carpet and just leave it in the front for now. We're gonna get to that in a bit.
And look at that. The wire got fished through.
The next step is to fish over the remainder of the harness. That is what Aline is doing, that little fish over there. And the goal is to bring it through and through to this side right over here, as Aline has demonstrated just nicely right over here. You want to go ahead and remove that drain plug bolt, the drain plug rubber grommet as well. Just like the other side, we're going to go ahead and fish through the drain plug grommet area. We're going to leave the drain plug out. This part was wet too. We're going to use the black red and the light brown dark brown and just drop it right down to the actuator.
As Greg goes ahead and puts those wires through, I just want to mention how much I love this product, you guys. The wires that came are all ready to go for you. So if you've never done wiring before, this is a great place to start. Also, the instructions are absolutely amazing, you guys. Right over here, they have the wire location along with the colors broken down for you so simply to make this incredibly user-friendly. And we're almost there, and I can't wait. Can you tell I'm excited, you guys? Greg, you doing good over there?
Yeah, I just want to see these things work. That is going to be for the front door sensor. We actually have all four of them ready to go lined up. And the last bit is to just fish this over and leave it by the driver's side. This is going to get power from the battery. And then these four are going to connect to the switches and switch pod to have a fail-safe device so that it does not, let's say you're going to run doorless or you don't want it to go up or down, you could turn it off and disable it, so there's going to be a switch as well. All right, they included a couple of alcohol wipes. We're gonna go ahead and wipe this location, which in their instructions says just below this portion of the door. So just right over there, we're gonna let it dry, and then we're gonna put a piece of double-sided sticky tape and connect the sensor right over there.
Diaphragm, right, Greg? Don't mess with the best. Greg is just gonna go ahead and do the alcohol on all of them so that they have a moment to dry. Clip that sensor into position.
Let's go ahead and tidy things up. We will go back and do all of the wiring, but just take a look at how slick that looks. You can't even tell it's there.
Greg, can you scoot so I can show that?
Absolutely. And now we're gonna just do the same thing to each and every single door. And tuck it all the way. Now it's time to grab our magnets and place them in the rear you want to put it about 3/4 of an inch below. There is, it looks like packaging plastic. I don't think I'm going to be using that. 3/4 inch below, just like so. Let's see if that even, see if that lines up. Great, looks like that stayed. And then in the front ones, 1/2 inch below. So just below the center of this one. Looks like that's a good starting point. Let's do the other two next. It looks like it comes with an extra magnet as well, which is kind of nice. For now, I'm gonna just put the extra one right here. Not exactly sure what this device is, but it connects to the 18-pin harness. Should be back here somewhere.
Wow, we must have tucked it so good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come to give it a test. The reason we're gonna test at this point in time is to see, so we could permanently mount those magnets with the double-sided sticky tape. Now, what we're gonna go ahead and do is put this fuse in, and time to open a door.
No, let me do it. Greg, don't, no, it's my Jeep. It's my Jeep. You hold the camera.
Let me grab the camera. All right, why don't you go ahead and open a door. Let's hope this works. Wah, wah, wah. What?
Maybe another door?
Sure, try another one. Wah, wah, wah.
What did we do wrong? So all of a sudden, Greg knows what we didn't do and just embarrassed me in front of all of y'all. So, Greg, challenge accepted.
Connect the 2 red wires to the silver terminals, and then connect the black wire.
Uh-huh. Well, I guess something worked, Greg.
Oh, it worked all right, and that was nuts. All right, let's, this connector here is a little tough. We might have to redo it.
It's a little too small.
But it's not a problem at all. You can just go ahead and cut this, just like so. Strip the end here. And then go ahead and connect a connector like so. And crimp it on. And just like that, we are back in business. Why don't I go ahead and connect this now? All connected. Now let's go ahead and flip the switch and put the fuse back in. Let's see how it works. All right, for now we got it wired up.
The magnets are really sensitive, you guys. So at times it would go down and not come back up. So you just have to adjust, guess and check, you know, teacher strategies. But we got it to work. You guys ready to see it?
Let's see it. And we still haven't used the double-sided tape. Boom.
So slick. Just like that.
So now we're gonna go ahead, put the double-sided tape, finish the rest of the wiring so the LED light works as well. Then go back, tighten everything, zip tie every wire in the hood, and we're in business.
You need to do this very carefully so that when you put that double-sided tape on, it is in the exact same spot so that when you open and close, woo! And there we go. Greg did it perfect. He's ready to see the whole thing ready.
Yes, let's keep moving.
Got some tape. Time to put in the LED lights over there.
Why don't we go ahead and show on the other side?
Let's do it.
Let's just go ahead and unscrew this. If you've seen our previous videos, we've used these types of bulbs before. Now, if you recall, we also did not fully tighten down any of these brackets, so we can go ahead and adjust. Let's just go ahead and slide that into position. And all that is left is a ground wire now to get these lights to work. Let's plug this in and find a ground. So the kill switch actually has a ground wire for the LED light on it. I don't care about that LED light. I'm actually not even gonna mount this. I'm gonna just tuck it under the carpet, and we're just gonna have to use it on a case-by-case basis. I don't ever anticipate actually needing this kill switch. So what we're gonna do, unless we take the doors off, in which case we'll literally kill this by either using this or honestly even pulling the fuse out from the front. So either way, I don't actually necessarily need this guy. But it is a nice added bonus. So for now, I'm gonna just tuck it underneath the carpet.
we are wrapping up, you guys. Greg is just gonna tighten all the foot pegs and zip tie the wires that are hanging from the bottom. It is absolutely so cool. I cannot wait to actually put it in use. I also can't wait to see what people say when they open my door and they're like, ooh, look at that.
And Aline joins me once again. I went ahead and tucked in all the wires, so now it actually looks nice and sleek. Why don't we go ahead and test it out?
Okay, Ruby's here for the ride. All right.
Boom.
Okay, let's try standing. Pretty good.
Going one more level, yep. You get 2 levels with this one.
Very sturdy.
Go ahead, stand on it. Stand on the top one. You could stand on both.
Well, I'm gonna close this. Nice. Wow. Nice, very good.
Sturdy as
Feels
ever.
Great.
Plus, we got that nifty LED light over there. Excited to see what that looks like in the evening.
Let's try the other side.
So cool. That is literally so cool. I think Ruby is impressed.
Nice. Wow.
So cool.
So awesome. She peed, this good baby. I'm so proud of you.
We only get one shot to end this because we are getting near the end and Ruby is getting cold. So, thank you so much for joining us along for this ride. I would estimate this takes, without recording, about 3 hours to do. The wiring could not be any simpler because of
because of the wires that they provided, along with the instructions that were absolutely amazing.
We are so happy to have these on our Jeep and we will keep you updated on how they perform over time. Now, the reason why we actually wanted to install these units is because in a future episode we are gonna be installing.
Dun dun!
And I'm gonna just end it right there.
Cool.
Or should I not?
Something cool, so stay tuned for all the goods.
And if you haven't done so, check us out on Instagram at Garage Couple. Shoot us an email with your Jeep. We always love seeing new and different Jeeps. And make sure to check out our merchandise. All of those things definitely help us grow and allow us to make content just like this for all of you guys to enjoy at home. Now, for now, we will leave you to it, and we will go ahead and enjoy our little Rubicon.
Goodbye, Ruby. She's ready to play, you guys.